I'm Maddie Hill, the Volunteer and Outreach Coordinator here at the Cosumnes River Preserve. And today we're going behind locked gates at the Orr Forest. Follow along and let's get started.
We will also be joined by Chris Kennard, who leads the bird survey. Chris Kennard is a long-time volunteer at the Cosumnes River Preserve and has been leading the bird survey since 2007. Before Chris took over the bird survey, Terry Ronberg started the survey in the mid-90s. Before we get started, let's talk a little bit about the history and ownership of the Orr Forest. The Orr Forest is located on the McFarland property, which is owned by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. This 1,116.9 acre lot was acquired in 1991 to help support the riparian forest and conservation targets for the Cosumnes River Preserve. This riparian habitat includes a riparian scrub with oak and cottonwood trees located along the Cosumnes River. This property also supports and allows access for salmon to swim upstream. Now, let's flap our wings and learn about who resides in the Orr Forest. The Orr Forest is a great place for a composition of birds. Some of them are seasonal, while others are annual residents. Seasonal birds, such as a Say's phoebe, move from one area to another, searching for resources. Seasonal movements of birds are based upon moving from an area of low or decreasing resources to an area of high or increasing resources. The two primary resources that are sought after are food and nesting locations. During the winter months, the Orr Forest provides an abundance of bugs and shelter for winter migration. A few common wintering birds that can be found in the Orr Forest include the golden-crowned sparrow, cedar waxwing, hermit thrush, ruby-crowned kinglet, and fox sparrow. Let's take a deep dive to learn about some of these birds. The first is the golden-crowned sparrow. The golden-crowned sparrow spends its wintering months along the Pacific coast in weedy or shrubby lowlands and heads north for the summer to breed in the tundra and shrublands from British Columbia to Alaska. The little sparrow, during winter and migration, eats a variety of seeds including pigweed, starwort, and various other seeds. They also eat a variety of fruit, grains, and small insects such as ants, bees, moths, and termites. The golden-crowned sparrows spend much of their time on the ground or on low branches. In winter, flocks can often be found squabbling over food, raising their crown feathers, and running at each other. Their predators include feral cats, sharp-shinned hawks, Cooper's hawks, and a variety of other raptors. The next bird we are going to discuss is the cedar waxwing. The cedar waxwing can also be found in the Orr Forest during the winter months, feeding mainly on fruits, and in summer they supplement their diet with protein-rich insects. Cedar waxwings are a silky, shiny collection of brown, gray, and lemon yellow, with a subdued chest, black mask, and red wax droplets on the wing feather. These birds winter in the southeastern U.S., but some birds travel as far south as Costa Rica and Panama, but spend the breeding season in Northern America and Canada. The hermit thrush is another bird that can be found migrating south for the winter. The hermit thrush lives in a variety of habitats, but in winter can often be found in low elevation forests, eating more fruit, which includes wild berries. In the summer, they mainly eat insects such as beetles, bees, ants, and even flies. The hermit thrush in winter can often be found with a composition of other birds such as chickadees, titmice, and brown creepers. During winter months, many smaller birds, such as a thrush and chickadees, can often be found in what is called a community composition. This is a grouping of different species using one space as well as using one another for protection. On the Ore Forest bird surveys, one of the key elements to finding a composition of birds is to stop and take a moment to listen and then really look at the surrounding shrubs and trees. A healthy forest often has a rich composition of bird species, which can often be linked to habitat and dietary sources. Let's listen in. And trees in the Ore Forest. These tiny birds are often preying on spiders, many types of insects, wasps, and ants. Like many of the other birds that we have previously mentioned, the ruby-crowned kinglet migrates to southern and southwestern parts of the United States and even Mexico for the winter. There are some populations in California that simply just move to lower elevations in the winter as well. Many of the migrating birds that are found in the Ore Forest during the winter months are often coming from Alaska, British Columbia, and other northern parts that often freeze over. One of the last birds that we are going to talk about today is the fox sparrow. These chunky sparrows have a rounded head and vary in color. The fox sparrows found on the Pacific coast have dark brown upper parts, a grayish face, and a gray and yellow bill. These species of bird are found on the Pacific coast during the winter months and can be found in Alaska and Canada during the summer months. The sparrow spends a lot of time on the ground using its legs to kick away leaves in search of insects and seeds. The Ore Forest is a very unique piece of the Cosumnes River Preserve that provides a lot of habitat to a variety of different birds as well as mammals. Once a month, a small group of people are allowed to participate in the Ore Ranch Bird Survey with Chris Kennard. Be on the lookout for your chance to sign up. Space is limited. I hope you all enjoyed this video of Behind Locked Gates at the Cosumnes River Preserve. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.